Be aware of your tone of voice. After a difficult or stressful day, we may be more reactive to our children. And although we understand the context of that, the children won't be able to, so they may take that they're in trouble, or they may take that as a criticism. It's always important to talk using very clear language. Avoid things like double negatives. So I haven't said you can't go. When a child hears that, all they may hear is the can't go. And it's all okay to make mistakes. So we may say something to a child and regret it and think, oh, I wish I hadn't said that. But go back to the child and apologise and say, oh, mummy was wrong, she shouldn't have said that in that way and I'm sorry. It's okay not always to know what to say to a child. So if they ask you a question and you don't know the answer, rather than giving them a response that you don't feel happy with, it's okay to say something like, that's a really good question, mummy needs to think hard about that. Specific things that you might say to a child but are really best to avoid. So a classic one would be, it doesn't matter, don't worry about it, don't cry. Now we know that it's healthy to express our emotions, so by telling a child to not cry is encouraging them to suppress how they're feeling. Obviously it's very good to give children praise, but we don't want to give praise generically and indiscriminately, because then the child is always seeking of it. It's important not to label a child. So saying to a child, you're shy, or even saying to an adult, she's shy, and the child hearing that, because that then almost becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. A statement such as practice makes perfect is something also we hear parents using, and that puts a lot of pressure on a child, that they feel that they have to do everything exactly right. It's much better to focus on effort rather than achievement.
As a teacher, one very important thing I think is not to humiliate your students. If you have anything to say, call that particular child outside the class. Ask that I have some very important thing to discuss with you. The teacher should avoid comparison in class. The borderline that you are very good, you are topper, you are average, you are mediocre, that will again lead a very negative impression in the minds of the student.